there was a big bottle of prescription pills in our cabinet that I knew would do the trick. And I started kind of actively planning this, thinking what day, when I would do this. I also was so depressed that I didn't even want to eat. I didn't want to eat anything. I didn't eat. I lost a lot of weight during this time. There was a point where I even quit taking in fluids. I think because I just felt like I didn't deserve it. It was emotional and mental torture. Well, it was around this time that God got a hold of me. I remember it was the weekend, and I was hanging out with one of my friends, mindlessly just hanging out. I literally was trying to waste time. We get a call from one of our mutual friends and asked us if we wanted to go to a house of another mutual friend of ours at a house party, to go hang out at this house party with our friend. And at the time we said no. All I wanted to do was go home and go to bed, because that seemed to be the only relief I had was sleep. Because while I was sleeping, it just felt like the pain wasn't as intense. And I dropped off my friend and I'm heading home. And I even remember the exact road I was on, what time of night it was, where I was driving on this road, when I decided, you know what? No, I'm actually going to go to this party. And I remember that just there was nothing special about wanting to go to the party. It's not like I felt like this urgency to go. I just changed my mind and did a U-turn. It's kind of prophetic when you think about it. I did. I turned my car around and went back to this party that I had been invited to. And I walk in, and I'm going to give my friend an alias. I'm going to call him Mike. I walk into the house where this party is happening, and Mike, my friend who had invited me, was in the corner right as I walked in, just almost looking like he's in an argument with somebody. He's being very, very insistent about something. He's being very animated about something he's saying. And I didn't pay any attention. I mean, I went and grabbed my bottle of wine or whatever it was and sat down on the couch, just kind of drowning in my sorrows. And as I sat down, Mike is still arguing a lot. He's being very loud about it, to the point where our friends have to calm him down. It turns out what had happened is Mike just got saved. He had just found Jesus. And he's at this party telling everybody about Jesus. And nobody's listening to him. But he was very evangelistic at the time. I remember everybody just kind of telling him to chill out. I was sitting on the couch, and he's going on about whatever it is that he was going on about at that moment. I remember he was continuing to talk, and there was something he said, of course, to a spiritual nature that I had disagreed with. And what he said next changed everything in my life. And it was so simple. All he did, I remember him pointing at me, and he said, no, there's nothing that you've done that God cannot forgive. He loves you. And I know, you guys, I know it. I know. Isn't that so simple? It's so simple. But that hit me hard. I did not grow up with the gospel in my house. There was an essence of not understanding forgiveness. Now, growing up in my household, I was taught certain things about God. I was taught some things that were true and some things that were not true. But I'd never heard that quite like that before. What my friend was telling me was that I could have forgiveness through Jesus. He's the one that I have been looking for. He's the one that fills my heart. He's the one, and him alone is the only thing that can give me the love and the forgiveness that I need. That's basically what I heard that night. And I believed it. And it changed my life.